Yo, what's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing this fine? All right, man. It's me, Money. I'm back. All right, man. I got a good baseball for y'all today. It's the Mets versus Yankees. Featured tonight's featured baseball game. So the Subway Series. So tune in, check it out, see who pulls it off. So sit back and enjoy y'all, and let's get into it.
Almost ready to get underway. Today's starting pitcher, Clark Schmidt. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today.
Ready to go? Here's Francisco Lindor. Check swing, and he went strike one.
No ball, one strike.
That's down and in.
Well, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare, only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
Bellinger hauls it in, and there's one away. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Pete Alonso.
And Boog, he's the table setter for this offense. Team leader and on-base percentage. I mean, that just gives your teammates plenty of chances to cash in and bring them around to score. Man, I used to love when I had a guy out in second base or third base. Easy to get those RBIs. Game after game, you know a guy like this, what he's going to provide and the opportunities that other guys are going to get in the lineup.
And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. In the dirt. It's a ball and 2 strikes. One out, base is empty. That one missed. This to third. Over to Goldie.
He's out.
They get the out on Soto.
Batting third, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Pitch misses, and that is ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty. That one ripped right center field. That's back there. Gives up the body and makes the catch.
Oh, man, amazing catch to end the inning. As a former outfielder, I'm feeling proud right now. Saw the wall, didn't get afraid, held on to the ball.
Back here in New York, today's starting pitcher, Griffin Canning.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Ben Rice, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. And
Ball
another
2.
ball.
2-0.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground. 1 up, 1 down.
Got him. That's an out.
And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Singy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league.
Well, what I love about it is it's an organizational philosophy. Whether you go to instructional league, whether you go to spring training, you see these players even during batting practice. When it doesn't matter, they're practicing that type of approach, Boog. And when you have that filtering through the organization, even when you call up a player, they step right in and continue with the pattern that they have established at this level, which ultimately leads to a lot of success.
That one pushed foul. And ball one. You know, you translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage, they don't make outs at a very high rate. As my buddy Joe Sheehan says, OBP is life. Ground ball right side. And foul ball. Here's a 1-2. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Stays alive.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
And that one popped in the air left field. Nimmo has it sized up. Brings it in. And there's 2 away.
Batting first, the center fielder, Cody.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Cody Bellinger.
He's been on fire at the dish lately, batting over 300 so far this month.
And first offering is fouled off. There's the strike.
0-2.
Swing and a ground ball. Sneaks through, base hit. And that extends the inning.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Paul Goldschmidt will climb in. That's in there. It's 0-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Bellinger leads off first with 2 down to the inning. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Taylor sizes this one up. And he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. Scoreless after 1. Back at Yankee Stadium, all set for the start of the inning. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
Schmidt back to work. That's
Ball.
off the mark. 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
Fought off foul. Right side. Judge makes the grab, one away. And now it's Mark Vientos. And that's outside. And that's ball one. Schmidt, he isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable. He just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. That's way outside, and it's 2-0.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings. But for the most part, with that kind of stuff, you expect him to get to the middle of the ball game.
Just missed. And what about analytics? Because one of the ways it seems like they've contributed to the trend is it's not just about are you capable of getting deep, that now focusing on the numbers, maybe the matchup is better with a different guy as the game goes on.
Only a handful of pitchers can go through an order 3 times, maybe even 4 times, and the analytics have contributed to that trend. But I think there are some guys given an opportunity may be able to show that they can be a 3rd or 4th time through the order type of pitcher.
So a man aboard, and now here's Jeff McNeil. Runner on the go, and a foul ball. Soft contact in the air, and there's a hit. Throw into third. He's in there.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. Got a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Not a bad pitch, but he wasn't fooled or off balance. Stayed on the backside nicely and really just let that thing travel and squared it up. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens.
Ball, no.
Just missed.
1-0.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here at the top of the second. And that is out of play. And that's fouled off.
Ball.
Runners are at the corners, 1 away. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
2 on, 1 out. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Full count.
Brett Beatty in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Hit on the ground, might be 2. The flip, 1 at second. On to first, safe. So they get 1, but a really nice try there.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Torrens off of first with 2 away. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Squeezes it, and that is that. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Mets 1 and the Yankees nothing. Bottom of the second, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. And that one fouled off. Tying run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Runner takes off. Ball in the dirt, and it gets away. And now a man in the scoring position. So now 1-2.
1-2.
On the ground to the left. Lindor on to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
Batting seven, the catcher, number 25.
J.C. Esquera stepping in now for the Yankees. That one hit to right. 2 away.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
Here's DJ LeMahieu. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Yeah, there's the strike.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position. And that's what he does.
1-1.
In the dirt, and an excellent job keeping it right there. And it is 2-1.
2-1.
The other way, and that's a base hit. Headed for the plate. The throw in. He'll score easily. It's 1-1.
Comes through with the RBI. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. He didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Jorby Bebos stepping in now for the Yankees. That one way inside. LeMahieu, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
And there's a ball. Right through there for a strike. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. Makes the grab, and that'll do it. But the RBI single pushes across a run. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back in the Bronx, new inning getting started. And now the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. Outside low, and it's 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes.
Inside, just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. And there's a foul ball. The wind and the pitch. And
Ball
now
three.
the count is full.
Full count.
And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Up the middle, LeMahieu. And one away in the top of the third.
Up next to the Mets, the shortstop, Francisco.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. And that is in for a strike. 0-1. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender.
There's the strike. He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
The 0-2.
That's a ball.
Tied up here in the early going. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Here's Juan Soto. First time up, he grounded to third. Soto measures 6 feet 2 inches. Batting second in today's lineup. He joined the team as a free agent. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-1. Next
Ball.
offering misses down and away. That
2-1.
one not close. Now 2 balls and a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Gets a piece and stays alive. That
Full
one
count.
almost got him.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Two down, nobody on. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Fouls that off to the left and will do it again. And a swing and a miss. And the Mets go 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, bottom of the inning. In now is the Yankees DH, Ben Rice. That one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. Goes down looking.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first two pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after him.
Aaron Judge at the plate. Off the mark there. Ball one.
1-0.
One down, base is empty. And Judge spoils that one. Judge waits. That one the other way, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Man at first with one gone. Here's the center fielder, Cody Bellinger. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Oh, what a flip for one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
The first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Here is Goldschmidt. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Ball outside and safe. It's a stolen base.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Runner at second, 2 down. Next offering is fouled back. In there at the knees. 1 and 2. And a swing and a miss. Out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. On to inning number 4. All tied 1-1. Back now with the Subway Series. Here's Pete Alonso. And a foul ball. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso.
Well, these Mets showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
That's to third. Bebas. To first, leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
And next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. Flied to right his first time. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The next
Ball.
offering misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
Line drive and a base hit right there. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Go ahead run on base. Vientos now at the plate. Walked his first time. Pickoff throw. And he dives back in safely. Up
Ball
and
1.
in. And that's ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
And
Ball
misses
2.
inside. Nimmo,
2
the
ball,
runner at first,
no
with
strike.
1 gone in the inning. Next offering is in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Fouls 1 off. 2-2. And that's down and away.
Full count.
Man at first, 1 away. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Liner caught at second.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Jeff McNeil stands in.
No, that's
Just
too
missed.
high.
And he grounds 1 to the right side. Handled by LeMahieu. And that is the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. All tied 1-1. And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Jason Dominguez. A little bit low.
1-0.
Late swing, foul to the left. And that one almost got him.
Ball.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
Anthony Volpe getting ready to hit. The shortstop takes the ball.
Way to lay off that pitch
1
down.
ball, no strike.
Runner at first with no outs here. Canning checks the runner. Dominguez
Safe.
back in on a dive. And that drops in for a strike. Next offering upstairs. And that one fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Good job to fight that one off. Nobody out. Runner at first. Next offering way off the plate. J.C. Esquera in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that is ball 4, and the Yankees are in business. First and second, no outs. And here's the catcher, J.C. Esquera. He's 0 for 1. And that one a little below the knees. Ball 1. And that's downstairs and outside.
Tough spot right here. Couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. First and second, no outs. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swings and misses. And out to a 2. Up the middle. That's a base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. Safe. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
Big RBI for him right there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Check swing. No appeal. 1-0.
You know, these Yankees doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
That one a little bit high, and now 2-0.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Left field. Nimmo sizing this one up. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Jorby Bebos, the next to hit. 0 for 1 so far. And there's a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Next offering is downstairs. One out. Runners at first and second. Next
Ball
pitch
two.
misses. 2-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Fastball for a strike.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Two on, one out. And that'll
Ball
load the
four.
bases.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Back to the top of the lineup, Ben Rice will hit next. Golden opportunity right here. And there's the strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Backed
1-1.
off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
That misses the zone. 2-1.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
On the ground. And it goes just foul. Next pitch is outside.
That's a really good take.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
Joe got himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Griffin Cannon won't go any further tonight. Two-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
New pitcher on now, Clay Holmes.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Yeah, the hard-throwing righty trying to secure these outs against a potent Yankee lineup, and it starts with Aaron Judge. 1 for 2. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that one cutting but missing down low. That's a little bit low. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it'll be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He has it. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
On the line. He's got it. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly, and they lead by 3.
Good piece of hitting right there. He's thinking off the bat, that's getting down for extra bases, but nice job of the outfielder running it down, making the catch. Still comes away with the sac fly, though, RBI.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs. There's the swing and a miss.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Fights it off. He'll see another. there. Yankees up by 3. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. On the ground, right side. Alonso steps on the bag, inning over, and it could have been worse. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We played 4. The Yankees 4, and the Mets 1. Back now with the Subway Series. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now at the plate, Luis Torrens. Schmidt back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Tap foul at the plate.
Let's go Yankees.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Esquera down to first with it. Gets him. 1 away on a drop, 3rd strike.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
And next for the Mets, Brett Beatty. 0 for 1, popped out foul to the catcher his first time up. And downstairs, singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in 1 game. And, you know, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan. And he said to me, "Hey, kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit." So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
Line drive, and that's a base hit.
Now batting, the 7th fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
So digging in, Tyrone Taylor grounded out his first time. In the dirt, but kept close.
No, that's a ball.
Foul ball there. Next offering is in for a strike. Beatty stands at first with 1 out. Struck him out looking. So the batting order turns over, and now it's Frankie Lindor. Both 2 in this one. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Judge makes the catch, and that's the 3rd out. Mets leave 1, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. And a pitch. That's the 3rd. Toss to Alonso.
He's out.
And that's the 1st out in the bottom of the 5th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground. Nice ground out.
So up next, Jason Dominguez.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt a shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Falling behind 2-1. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. And the count's even at 2.
2-2.
High fly ball down the left field line. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop Anthony.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. That's in there. 0-1.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way. And this is
well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Down in order go the Yankees, but they lead it 4-1. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Ryan Yarbrough.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Juan Soto now.
Strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Next pitch misses way outside. Action in the pen down there. Fernando Cruz getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Hill, the lefty, warming up as well. And that one hit to first, and that's foul. That one misses, It's 2-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And down on strikes. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And that's a double.
Waste no time there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
One out, runner at second. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Not even close there. And that's ball 1. And another ball.
2-0.
One out and a runner at second. Check
Ball,
swing.
no.
Did he go? No, he didn't.
Hey.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Mark Vientos digs in now. Clips the outside corner, and that's strike 1. Right through there for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit those 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. He's out. And that's a nice play to end the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. The Yankees 4 and the Mets 1. Back now with the Subway Series. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the Yankees catcher now, J.C. Esquera. Pitch is in there. 0-1. Action in the Mets bullpen. Kodai Senga getting ready to go. Line drive, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and lipped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. There's a strike.
You know, these Yankees, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
That one finds the zone,
No ball.
and the count is 0-2. And the sweeper is off the plate. Esquera gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Just off the outside edge. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got him. And that's the first out.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Jorbit Bibas stepping in now for the Yankees. And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-0. Bibas, 23 years old, and he was born in Venezuela.
Here.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Yeah, the 1-2 misses to even the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one missed. To the right side. Dives and he can't hang on. To first and he beats it. Everyone's safe. So the lineup flips over. Now up as the Yankees DH, Ben Rice. Little chopper rolls foul. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, he hit him. And that got him pretty flush. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Here comes Aaron Judge. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
0-2.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. That misses the zone, and the count is 2-2. On the ground, could be 2. Flips it. There's one. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tim Hill.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing the work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Let's go, Yankees.
McNeil
Ball.
in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is fouled back.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first.
He's out.
Got him. Nice play.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Now the catcher up to hit, Luis Torrens. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Rips one to right. Makes the grab for the second out.
The third baseman, number 7, Wes.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. And first offering is fouled off. And that one upstairs, ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. In the air, left field, down the line, and it stays fair.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
2 outs, runner at first. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Fought off foul.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
And strike 2.
There's one guy that I can think about, Bood, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Got him looking. That's out number 3. Mets strand 1, and they trail it 4-1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Genesis Cabrera.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Here's Cody Bellinger. 1 for 3. There's a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
On the ground, right side. McNeil whips it to first. And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. And ball 1.
1-0.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That one's in there. And 1-1. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, left fielder, Jason Dominguez.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez. A switch hitter batting right. And first offering is fouled off. Goldie over at first with 1 away. Out to short. Off balance feed. There's 1. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We look ahead to inning number 8. The Yankees 4 and the Mets 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Fernando Cruz.
Well, he's got electric stuff coming out of the pen. His strikeout rate, though, is through the roof so far this season.
Back to the top of the order. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Ground ball left side.
Foul.
And that's just foul.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Line drive.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And now it's Juan Soto. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
That's a strike. Check swing, called strike. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Alonso, the next to hit, takes ball 1. The Mets trailing by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. Two balls, no strikes to count.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
2 down, nobody on. And
Ball
there's
3.
a ball.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Swing and a miss as they green light him.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Brandon Nimmo getting ready to hit. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. He'll circle the bases, his 9th homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-3. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. Pitcher tried to intimidate with that fastball up and in, but he was ready for it. Pulled the trigger, and man, explosive through the zone right there.
So 2 down. So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. Just missed. Looking to get the tying run on base. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Runner at first with 2 away. Jeff McNeil, the next to hit. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Go with the tying run at first base. He's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Inside, just missed.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Swing and a ground ball. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now a 4-3 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Reed Garrett.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, 1-run game, and stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Ball 1 there. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Huascar Brazoban up and loosening in the pen. Stanek getting cranked up as well. The shortstop takes the ball.
Ball inside.
That one
That's
misses.
the ball. Take
so
your base.
lead off walk.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. J.C. Esquera.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Ground ball could be 2. Off balance speed, there's 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. And that is out of play. One-run game, one out, one on. Sliced hard but foul. Here's the 0-2.
1-2.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. No advance, good job behind the dish.
Now batting, third baseman, Jorby.
Here's the third baseman, Jorby B-Boss. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. That
Ball
one missing inside.
1-1.
That one misses, and a count 2-1. And delivers outside.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Esquera off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the inning. The Yanks lead 1, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead.
Now pitching for the
We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jonathan Loaisiga. A chance at his first save of the year. Well, one-run game. Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Line drive, base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
Ball.
Squirts away a little bit. And no movement on the bases. It's ball 1. On the ground, a second, might be 2. The underhand flip. There's 1. Relay to first, double play.
Well, that's a huge ball in play to get the double play defensively. Just one more guy to get this save for the closer.
So they're down to their final out. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. And that is downstairs. And
ball,
that is
no
ball
strikes.
1. This ball's chopped on the ground. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Yankees hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
Well, yeah, that's good. That was a really good game. I thought at the end the Mets were going to tie it. They had a chance, with that last home run. But hey, looks like the Yankees pulled it off. But I hope y'all enjoyed this Subway Series. Appreciate it for stopping by and supporting. If you don't, appreciate it if you give me a like, subscribe if you don't already. I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all. And I'll be back in a little bit starting the NBA playoffs. All right, y'all.